Good morning, all. In previous lecture, we had discussed with the tissue. Tissue is nothing but a group of structural and functional cells. The group of the cells which are functionally and structurally similar. And in last lecture we had discussed with it that there are 4 types of tissues present in the animals: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. So let us start with the first tissue. Epithelial tissues. As you know that epithelial tissues, if you are aware about the epithelium, right? You know that epithelial tissue, epithelium means covering like that. Now basically there are 3 functions of the epithelial tissue: protection, main functions, protection, secretion, and absorption. If the epithelial tissue is present outside of the organ, see, each and every organ is covered by its layer. For example, if you know that heart is covered by pericardium, we had discussed with it. Lungs are covered by pleura. Kidney is covered by renal capsule. Fine. So all these layers are protective layers. Each and every organ is covered by layer. Same way, so if the epithelial tissue is present outside of the organ, so main function is protection. And if the tissue is present inside the internal organs, dear all students, please heard this word properly. If this tissue is present inside the internal organ of the body, it has 2 functions: either secretion or absorption. You know that if the glandular epithelium is there, glands are present, so we say that it is secretion. And if you know that in the intestine villi-like structure is there, it is known as absorption. So in internal organ of the body we have secretion as well as absorption functions are there. So basically protection, secretion and absorption are the main 3 functions of the epithelial tissue. So, let us discuss from the textbook first. We commonly refer to an epithelial tissue as a epithelium, plural word epithelia. This tissue has a free surface which faces either the body fluid or outside the environment and thus provide covering or lining for some part of the body. The cells are compactly packed, means the cells are very nearer to each other. Cells are very nearer to each other, and that's why we say that compactly packed with little intercellular matrix. The region between the two cells is known as intercellular space. So here in this tissue, very little bit amount of the intercellular space, or we say that lack of intercellular space. So cells are very compactly attached together. There are two types of the epithelial tissue. See, here two types are there: simple epithelial tissue and compound epithelial tissue. Simple epithelial tissue, it means it has single types of cells. Only one type of cells are there in the simple epithelial tissue, and compound epithelial tissue in that more than one type of cells. But yes, here only one type of cells are there. So simple epithelial tissue, in that we otherwise say that simple epithelial tissue, in that only one single layer, only one layer is present, whereas in the compound epithelial tissue more than one layers are there. And here, dear all students, please understand it properly. All the cells are arranged on the one membrane or one line. This is known as basement membrane. So just over the basement membrane, one layer is there, it is known as simple epithelium, and more than one layer known as compound epithelium. This is the very short meaning of this. Now, Here now the types of the simple epithelium. See, here 5 types of simple epithelium. Squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliated epithelium and pseudostratified epithelium. No problem. I will take this each and every epithelium in detail. But here basically 5 types are there, and types of compound epithelium are don't do the mistake. The one important word, that is stratified epithelium. And one more else, transitional epithelium. Don't do the mistake. Stratified epithelium, it is the type of the compound, compound epithelium, and pseudostratified epithelium is the type of the simple epithelium. Let us discuss in detail of each and every epithelium in detail. So first is squamous epithelium. See, there are 2 types of epithelial tissues, namely simple epithelium and compound epithelium. Simple epithelium is composed of the single layer of the cells and functions as a lining for the body cavity, ducts and tubes. The compound epithelium consists 2 or more cell layers and has protective function as it does in our skin. our skin is the largest organ of the body. Our skin is the largest organ of the body, and the skin is impermeable for any microbe. Yes, if we have open wound, open scar, so there is a probability to enter the pathogen inside the body. That's why by applying the antiseptic solution over the open wound, we covered it to prevent the infection. Okay. On the basis of structural modification of the cells, simple epithelium is further divided into 3 types. Here basically according to NCERT syllabus, 3 types are given there: squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium and columnar epithelium, but a little bit portion of the ciliated epithelium is also given there in the description, but they not form the another point in the types of the simple epithelium. In that 4th point, they did not form there. Okay, let us discuss with this squamous epithelium. It is made up of single thin layer of flattened cells with irregular boundaries. Here the cells are polygonal and flat. It is also known as pavement epithelium. Why it is pavement epithelium? Because when you see the floor, it is just like a arrangement of the tiles. લાદી જે હોય છે એ ફ્લોર ઉપર અરેન્જ કરી હોય, and when we see at the base of the floor and how the flooring in that different types of the tiles are arranged on it, it is exactly look like it. That's why it is known as pavement epithelium. And here the main function of this squamous epithelium is protection. Main function is protection only. It protects the internal organ. So it is present in the blood vessel, wall of the blood vessel. You know that artery and vein in that layer's name are perithelium or outermost epithelium and innermost endothelium. Yes, the wall of the blood vessels, air sacs of the lungs. So you note down that air sacs of the lungs is nothing but the alveoli. In the wall of the alveoli and are involved in the functions like forming a diffusion boundary. Here, you know, the narrowest artery of our body is capillary, and through this capillary only material will be exchanged. Oxygen, nutrients are supplied to the cell or tissue. Waste material, carbon dioxide, can come back to this. Similarly, you know that alveoli are connected to the blood vessels. So oxygen carbon dioxide mean to say gaseous exchange. Fine. So in this region squamous epithelium is present, and along with that squamous epithelium, it is present in the along with this given information, the squamous epithelium, it is present in the Bowman's capsule also, and convoluted tubules, you know that PCT as well as DCT. So majority in the PCT squamous epithelium is present. If you have remembered that functions of the tubule, PCT consists squamous epithelium and it has brush borders to absorption. Fine. So selective reabsorption occur in this squamous epithelium. Fine. And along with that, the most important thing is this, that it is present in the body cavity. So actually I want to tell you that our whole body is covered by peritoneal cavity. Yes, the whole trunk, thorax, abdomen, pelvic region, in that one common cavity is there. This is known as body cavity, large bag-like structure, and it is known as peritoneal cavity. And inside that, each and every organ is located at a specific region, and it is covered by the specific layers. So the peritoneal cavity is the most important one. Fine. So this is about the squamous epithelium. Let us discuss with the next one, cuboidal epithelium. Now you imagine cuboidal. According to the word, you imagine that cuboidal means cube shaped. But when you take the longitudinal section, so the cells are look like square. But when you take the transverse section, cells are polygonal. So in the front view or in the longitudinal section, the cells are square. Cells are square like, and in the transverse section, the cells are polygonal one. Cuboidal epithelium is composed of the single layer of cube-like cells, commonly found in the ducts of glands. It has main function protection as well as secretion. It is majority present in all the glands. So it is present in the ducts of the glands, tubular part of the nephrons, in kidneys, and its main function are secretion and absorption. The epithelium of the proximal convoluted tubule of the nephron in the kidney has microvilli. You know that in the proximal convoluted tubule, yes, the layer of the proximal convoluted tubule, it is made up of squamous epithelium. But inside the proximal convoluted tubule, the microvilli are there, and these are cuboidal epithelium. So these microvilli are nothing but the brush borders, and it has selective reabsorption capacity. Now the columnar epithelium. Cells are pillar-like. Yes, the cells are very large in the longitudinal section, and on the base of it, on the tip of it, the cells are polygonal. This is the columnar epithelium. Columnar epithelium is composed of single layer of the tall and slender cells. The nuclei are located at the base. Free surface may have microvilli. So some free surface, the free surface in the some tissue, it consists microvilli. They are found in the lining of the stomach and intestine and help in secretion and absorption. Okay, so this is about the columnar epithelium. Now, ciliated epithelium. Main important point for ciliated epithelium is ciliated epithelium is also known as modified columnar epithelium. Yes, it is the modification, but here remember that in columnar epithelium, on the free surface in some tissue we see the microvilli, yes, for absorption. What is the difference between microvilli and cilia? Microvilli has free surface, it increases the absorptive surface area for absorption. But cilia are very thin, hair-like structure, very small, and it has unidirectional movement. So on the free surface cilia are present, and cilia perform unique movement in one direction only. To transfer specific molecules. In specific direction. Yes, let us discuss with it that ciliated epithelium are seen in example. Yes, you understand this ciliated epithelium properly by these specific examples. Ciliated epithelium, it is present in the trachea. Yes, for transfer the gaseous particles, oxygen and carbon dioxide. So oxygen is moved towards the alveoli, carbon dioxide come back to the atmosphere. So this is the unique direction of the particular molecule. Yes, this is carried out by the cilia. Along with that, you know sputum, or we say that cuff. Sputum is nothing. Sputum એટલે ગળફો કહેવાય. આપણે એને ઘણી વખત કફ નીકળો એવું કહીએ છીએ. But it is actually scientific word is sputum. So suppose example, the mucus is secreted in the trachea, so that mucus is infected one. Yes, this mucus prevent the entry of the pathogen in the further tract. So that sputum comes out, and that is carried out by the ciliated epithelium. Along with that ciliated epithelium, it is present in the auditory canal also. So we know that in air sound waves are present, and that's why we are able to hear the sound. So in auditory canal, due to ciliated epithelium, the air is filtered, pathogenic particles are filtered out here, and in ear canal or auditory canal we have wax gland. So if any type of the pathogen is entered inside the ear, so wax is secreted. So in wax the antigen is stick with it, prevent the entry of the antigen in the further tract. Same way, it is present in the oviduct also. To transfer the ovum, you know that ovum is secreted from the ovary. Yes, I am talking about the female reproductive tract. Little bit information you have studied in this 10th standard, that from ovary, ovum is secreted, it is entered in the fallopian tube, then fertilization occurred there, and then embryo is implanted in the uterus. So this is the unidirectional one. So in wall oviduct, ciliated epithelium is there. And similarly, it is present in the vasa deferentia. It is present in the male reproductive tract. So you know that from the testis, sperms are entered inside the epididymis, then vasa deferentia, then ejaculatory duct, then urinogenital tract, and come outside of the body. So this is about the ciliated epithelium. Let us discuss with it. If the columnar or cuboidal cells bear the cilia on their free surface, they are called as ciliated epithelium. So according to that, you remember that ciliated epithelium is also known as modified columnar epithelium or modified cuboidal epithelium. Their function is to move the particle or mucus in the specific direction over the epithelium. They are mainly present in the inner surface of the hollow organ like bronchioles and fallopian tube. So this is about the ciliated epithelium. I hope you understand this.